Hello, welcome to Tech Digest for January 16th. If you are a web developer, you have probably been watching Astro rise in popularity over the last couple of years. Well, big news today. Cloudflare has officially acquired them. Astro is known for its content-driven approach and shipping less JavaScript. And that aligns perfectly with Cloudflare's edge computing mission. They already have a minimalistic server-side JavaScript runtime. Um, Somewhat compatible with Node, so that fits good. The founders are promising that Astro will remain an open source project and isn't just getting swallowed up to die. But obviously, this changes the landscape for static site generators and modern web frameworks significantly. And of course, commenters worry about Cloudflare-ification of the internet. Um, so, we already talked about a couple of times that half of the internet went down due to Cloudflare. So, um, there's a little bit of a worry here. Um, but it's great to see, nevertheless. Next up, we have a tool for those of us who live in the terminal. It is called STFU, which stands for Simple Terminal File Upload. Um, So get your mind out of the gutter. It's a CLI tool designed to make sharing files for from your command line as frictionless as possible. No complex flags or navigating UIs. You just pipe a file to it, and it handles upload and gives you a link. It's one of those do one thing and do it well utilities that immediately rocked to the top of Hacker News today. Um, Moving on. Let's Encrypt is shifting the paradigm of SSL certificates again. They have announced that 6-day certificates are now generally available. The idea here is to push automation to the limit. If your renewal process is broken, you want to know in days, not in months. Along with that, they're rolling out certificates for IP addresses, which is huge for internal infrastructure and services that don't always have public DNS name. If you manage PKI or just a lot of servers, you'll want to check your renewal cron jobs that they actually run that quickly. That's that's interesting. 6-day valid certificates. Um, Now for some hardware madness. We all know that RTX 4090 is a beast, but for AI workloads, 24 gigabytes of VRAM is not enough, especially for big models. So enter the modding community. A repair shop has managed to successfully mod a 4090 to carry 48 gigabytes of memory. This involves desoldering stock memory chips and replacing them with higher capacity ones, plus some serious BIOS and strap resistor modifications. It's not something you should try at home, but seeing it actually post and run is a dream for LLM runners. This actually came up previously. There was some rumors that they figured this out in China also, doubling the amount of RAM. I forgot which video card it was. It wasn't 4090. It was the previous ones. But this is yet another example of trying to fit models into consumer grade accelerators. So interesting to see. But with current RAM prices, I wonder what the future will look like actually. Okay, moving on. eBPF has revolutionized how we do observability and networking in Linux kernel, but the learning curve can be brutally steep. That's why a project called Interactive eBPF is catching eyes. Um, so it's a playground that lets you write and experiment with eBPF programs directly in the browser. Um, it breaks down the bytecode and maps it to the source, helping you visualize exactly what the kernel is doing. If you have been meaning to dive into kernel tracing but felt intimidated, this is your starting point. So we go in here and I run. Very cool. Okay. Um, Moving on. DuckDB continues to eat the world of local data analytics. This article breaks down why it's becoming a default choice over tools like pandas or heavy database setups for intermediate data processing. The key takeaways are its ability to run SQL on local files like Parquet, CSV, or JSON without any server setup, and its incredible speed thanks to vectorized execution. For many engineers, it's replacing the Python script with thousand loops with a single clean SQL query like this. Very cool. Um, if you like hardware security, um, you have to check out this write-up on drone hacking. The authors detail their journey of reverse engineering a DJI drone, starting from physical access to the board. They walk through identifying the flash storage, dumping the firmware, then the really hard part, bypassing the ECC to get to readable data. And it's a masterclass in embedded system security and shows just how much effort goes into breaking into those black box consumer devices. Unknown chips. That's fun. All right. Um, LWN is under scraper attack. So, sobering update from LWN.net, one of the most respected sources of Linux kernel news. They're currently hammering their servers to fend off the heaviest scraper attack they have ever seen. This is likely AI companies scraping training data, but it's effectively acting like a small DDoS on a small subscriber-supported publication like this. It raises some real questions about the ethics of those bots and the operational cost they impose on the very resources they rely on for data. This is pretty common for open source, especially communities being affected by scrapers. And the problem with scrapers is they don't just come once. For sites like this that actually have content that refreshes, they come over and over. Um, moving on, Black Forest Labs is back with Flux point 2, codename Client. If you recall, Flux point 1 shook up the image generation scene by being top tier open weight model. Flux point 2 claims to push this further towards interactive visual intelligence, focusing on better prompt adherence and text rendering. For developers building AI apps, having high quality steerable models that you can actually host yourself is critical. And Flux seems to be leading the charge against the closed APIs, like Nano Banana, of course. Very cool. I'm going to try this. Finally, a bit of critical analysis of AI coding tools. A new blog post takes a deep dive into Cursor's recent marketing claims, specifically regarding the browser experiment. The author argues that Cursor implied massive success and capabilities without providing hard evidence to back it up. In an industry currently drowning in AI hype, this kind of technical skepticism is healthy. It reminds us to look past the demo videos and ask for benchmarks and for failure rates. See you next time.